Is it on?
Mhm. Hi, and welcome to Lineage Lessons.
Yes.
This is our time that's not really a podcast. It's more like how might we just talk and share stories about our relationships. I'm Rachelle Rogers Ard, and I'm the mom.
I'm Dorielle Ard. I'm the daughter, and welcome to the endless journey of our lineage lessons. Super excited to be here. This is our first time gathering on the
It's our first time
support,
gathering.
and so I really just want us to share why we want to share our story, what makes it so important that we want to be out here and discussing our private business for the public.
For the world. Okay.
And also just, being vulnerable with who we are in our community, and I'm really excited.
Yeah, me too. And by excited, I mean scared to death. So let's let's jump right in. First of all, Dorielle, tell us a little bit about who you are in your community and who you are in just the general in the world. Who are you?
I think I like that you're holding this. Makes me feel fancy.
Yeah, I'm trying to do more for my voice. It's a thing.
Hello.
Yes.
A
Mhm.
tell all. So obviously I'm Dorielle Ard. I am an educator. I am a self-taught healer. I am a dancer. I'm an artist. I wear a lot of hats. I'm also a sister to three brothers. And I play a lot of roles in my community. I'm coming to find that I am a safe space cultivator. I I hold a lot of space in general, just in my personal lives and my friendships. And so that looks like, in terms of education, being a really great teacher. That sounds like I'm egotistical, but I'm
I
not.
feel like you need to say what you need to say and don't worry about what it sounds like.
Right. No, that's real. That's so real. I am a great teacher. And I really do try to center social emotional learning. I also do facilitation work with my mother, which is about anti-racism and how we can really give people a voice, especially the youth who may not feel safe to communicate the injustices that they're experiencing on their campuses. And I'm really excited about the work that I'm doing. I have a couple certifications I'm going to be getting very soon. And a lot is just transpiring, and I'm really excited for my evolution.
Me too. I love that.
Yes.
Thanks for sharing. I'm Rochelle, and I like to tell people for more about me, check out my website, RochelleRogersR.com.
It's in the bio.
Uh, thank you. But I think at the core of who I am an educator. But I look at it from this way, like I am placed on this planet. My entire purpose on the planet is to help people grow from whatever ways. And I've done that as a mom of four. I've done that as a daughter. I've done that as an educator in K-12 education. I've done that as an educator in higher ed. But I've also done that as a musician and as a choir director and taking people where they are as singers and putting them together and making them gel as a whole choir. So my entire purpose is to really grow people. And in order to do that, I have to have continual growth in my own life. And so part of what we thought we should share with everyone is how growing being so important to me was really, really crucial for the development of our relationship. And I hope there are some moms out there and some daughters who could watch this together, and hopefully things resonate with them as we share our journey around just how we are together.
Absolutely. On the endless journey
Endless,
of lineage lessons.
endless.
I'm super excited. So, I think I would love to pose the question of just why do we want to do this? What can people look forward to? What are some topics that we want to bring up? And I can start, or you can start.
Feel free to start.
So, to summarize the story, I really saw a lot of value in my mother and I, our, our.
Nice.
I'm
Nice.
putting that on there. I find a lot of value in our restoration And all seriousness, there was a point in time where my mother and I were not on the best terms, not really on speaking terms.
We were not on speaking terms.
She wanted to clarify. That's correct. We were not on speaking terms. We were not good. And we are good. And it was a journey. And that will definitely be discussed because I have heard several scenarios with other mother and daughters where these things are not uncommon for the women, fighting one another, etc. Some people just don't have a relationship with their mom at all. And so for us to go through that time period and to be back in such a better place where the whole family is, we are the nucleus of our family, and us not being good really was detrimental to them, and us being better has created an environment where they can thrive and where they can be in their fullness. And so our journey to wholeness is why I just have wanted to share. Furthermore, we have a lot of reflections. There was there was a point in time where I started being a pescatarian, and my mom was a pescatarian, and I was eating smoothies or drinking smoothies every day or whatever, and eating my fruit, and she was doing that, and I was going to the gym, and she was doing that, and it was not that we had the conversation. We just found out afterwards, and that's when I realized, to the point of why I wanted to call it lineage lessons, is that you can't get away from who you are. There are certain cycles you might want to break or generational curses that need to be exonerated, cast out, etc. But at the core root, the beautiful things that you share with the people that you come from, whether that's ancestrally or in direct lineage, will always be beautiful within you. And as I got to love myself, it always brought me back to loving my mother. And so thought that we'd share and politic with that over a series of videos or episodes as we're calling them. But nobody watch podcasts no more. So
A series of drops, as they call them.
right. Soft launch.
I mean, I think while I really appreciate you saying that that was the lineage and you were learning from that, the piece that continues to resonate with me is how much I had to grow in my own work and then be willing to learn from you. And that was not what I heard Black women talking about,
right.
Especially my mom's age, right? So like, it was not like, oh, I'm taking what my daughter said and I'm figuring out how I can apply that to my life. That was not what I grew up with. So part of the other piece for me around lineage lessons is I'm a certain age. And so I remember the lessons of like my mother and my grandmother, and it was never learn from your child. It was tell your child what to do. If they don't do it, beat them. If they don't do it after beating them, kick them out. If they don't do it after that, just forget it. It was very much and obedience. And look, I get it. I'm an anti-racist educator, so I get that that was also for survival. I get that. However, we're in a different place now. And this new generation, I mean, some things that y'all do is just a mess for me, but there are a lot of things that you do because we paved the way for you guys to do
That's
them.
real.
And if we had had the verbiage, if we had had the opportunity to sort of live differently, I believe we probably would have, but we just didn't have it. So it's lineage lessons both ways. So you should put your hand up and do this with me. Okay.
It's a symbiotic relationship.
It's a symbiotic relationship.
No, that's so real though, because that is true. Now, I don't want to give a spoiler because y'all need to tune in, but I did go away to school, and when I came back, I thought I knew something about psychology, and I went about it. I went about it in the wrong way.
She knew everything. She read 4 books and had 2 classes, and was like, "Let me tell you what's wrong with each one of y'all." Baby,
that is not a lie at all. That's very valid, and I was right about certain things, but
absolutely, but it's all in how
it's how you,
yeah.
And there was so much pain and just the Black community. We have a lot going on.
We just
but
yeah.
I think that part of that, which will be discussed, is transitions us directly into my next point. What can people expect on our endless journey of lineage lessons?
Humor.
Right.
We both like to laugh a lot, and we're kind of silly. So a lot of humor. I think you can really expect honesty, transparency, even when it's kind of hard. And hopefully, as I said before, one of the things hopefully folks are watching this, but while she's looking at herself, but I'm really hoping that there's some mothers and daughters out there who are
Yes.
like, I can't stand that heifer. And from
Mm,
doing that, maybe be able to see some sort of motion towards, okay, maybe this is a conversation that needs to
mm,
have. I am going to stop short of healing because I'm not sure what that looks like for
mm,
me, but I do hope that people will resonate, and
mm,
that folks are maybe going to get one more opportunity to try and have yet another conversation within the
mm,
family. The other thing I want to say is, you
mm,
kind of glossed over it, but Dorielle and I are part of a family of six. And
mm.
as the only females, we really did find out that,
Yeah, that's true.
as our relationship goes, so does the whole family.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting point to learn. And so we are the nucleus, the
Yeah.
two of us, with all these males circling. So that's something else that we will also talk about, the dynamic of a family, but the feminine, right? And the power of the feminine and what it
Power.
means to ease into that, and to use it for good and not for evil is another piece that I don't want us to like overlook. The
Yes.
men are just men.
Men, men, men.
Men, 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 men.
No, that's so real. I appreciate you highlighting that because that is a very pivotal part of this dynamic that only you and I can really hold each other accountable to certain things. And
Yes.
only you and I do the same work. All of my siblings are, they do music and things of that
Totally
nature.
creative.
But I think just the callings that I have discovered directly align in reflection with my mother. And so that's a completely different journey. And that's not to say that they don't have the same calling, but that's not their acknowledgement and their awareness. And they're not owning that journey, that endless journey.
It may not be for them.
That's
She gonna keep hitting that. It may not be for them, right? I
real.
think specifically because we're a black family too.
Mm-hmm.
Young men are looking towards, obviously, towards patriarchal
That's
examples,
right.
right? But Dorielle was watching me so young. I wasn't even aware of how much she was watching until we had those conversations.
True.
And I was like, I'm just trying to live, right? I'm trying to survive, thrive.
Mm-hmm. Survive.
But
Coin that.
I was being so heavily watched by my daughter, right? And we'll talk about so some of the things that we have to
Right?
look into, also ways that I may have, basically unintentionally set examples that Doriel did not want or need to follow.
Mm.
But we were in a church culture, which is a whole nother
That's
piece.
an episode for
Okay, it's
sure.
one whole, it might be a series. Black church culture. And I was like,
Yeah,
of course my daughter's going to wear 4-inch heels. Why wouldn't she?
that's in there.
That's what I was wearing. Why would I not put her at the tender age of 14 in 4-inch heels? Oh, so she can't walk now because her back hurts? Girl, that's okay.
It's fine. I'm a bad batch. That's real. No, there is not one piece of cap. That's actually so valid. That's hella funny because I really do be having back issues.
I know
So,
that you told me. And wait, I don't wear the heels anymore, but I'm telling you that you
yeah,
couldn't catch me
yeah, you used to be this
without a
all the
heel.
time. Yeah, it was getting to
Who
a
was
point.
I trying to
I don't
impress?
know. I don't know. Society had us in a chokehold.
Had me in a chokehold. And I don't mean a small heel, I mean
So large.
minimum 3 inches, right? So stilettos. And then I was like, my daughter needs to wear that. I'm in a pencil skirt. She needs to be in a pencil skirt at the tender age of
I'm
11.
putting up photos for some of these. I'm gonna
Okay,
start
because we
bringing out
have
why I
those.
was dressed like a businesswoman at 4 years old. Like what in the what?
She is not lying. I did
So,
send her to kindergarten on the first day in a little mini
and a
suit.
blazer and a briefcase. I
It,
was like,
it was not a
oh,
briefcase.
that might have
Your
been
lunch
Halloween one
was in
year.
there.
It was ridiculous. And it was paired with the fact that my godmother is smooth 60 plus. So I was in between just a whole bunch of church black women and didn't know what was going
And she
on.
has some fun dishes, baby. She was sending over the
Yeah,
designer
it
wear.
was.
I mean, it is, it sort of goes into the adultification of black girls, right? And
An episode.
right, another episode. But I think what was critical for me is I saw you as this unbelievably talented individual. You came into the world
Yeah.
I feel like you popped out and was like, I'm here. Like it was, there was never, I know you had self doubt.
Yeah.
And because I didn't see the self doubt, I
Mhm.
only saw you in like your sense of who you were. You had this great sense of person.
Mhm.
I tell the story that like at the tender age of 2, she would walk into church and be like, "Amen," and they were like, "What?"
Was an old woman at 4. But I feel like it's cute when black people say it, but I realized my teachers used to say it. Like I
Oh,
had a teacher
absolutely.
in kindergarten. His name was Mr. Yamada.
Yeah.
Fully, he's not white. Sorry, fully Asian.
Yeah,
He was not
absolutely.
black
But
though.
married to a black woman.
Oh yeah, he was cool.
Yeah.
Like it was like I didn't really care, but as I got older and I reprocessed, I was like, we're so normalized, and it's like LOL to the
Yeah.
adultification. This is completely unrelated, but in a
It's
similar
very related.
category. But no, I'm saying that there was this meme I was watching of like AI babies, right? Which is foolishness.
Mm.
And it was as if babies could talk from the hospital. What would they say, right?
Oh wow.
It was freaky, but it was cool. Why were the black babies ratchet?
Just off bat.
Off, I
Just
said,
when they got here.
they were like, who chose these curtains? I was like, that's what the system thinks black little girls are
And
doing at baby.
because
If they
black
could
little
talk.
girls are doing that whenever you look at things like when folks are just, oh, look at my little girl.
Yeah, no, we're
It's a
adults.
lot, right? They've got the 2 little black
It's
girls
not
on,
cute.
on TikTok where they were like doing their facial regimen.
Yeah.
And they were
it's
like, we don't, my mama
ridiculous.
don't. And I was like, it was beautiful and I loved it. And it was, they had a facial regimen.
Pros and cons.
Pros and cons, right? So I contributed to that, right?
Mm.
And when Dorielle finally decided to push back against that, I was offended because that to me was, I'm raising her to be a little lady. And that's what the
Right.
little church women would be. Oh,
That's
she's
real.
such a little lady,
Yeah.
right? You know, at 4.
I don't want to hear that shit. Which is crazy because as a younger person, I didn't mind it.
Right.
You don't mind it until you're older.
Yes.
Because I thought it was cute to be grown, but now I have bills.
Right. And now you know what grown really is.
Right. At 4, I was not grown.
Not just dress
I'd
up.
like to go back.
No, for sure. Yeah.
But so adultification of young black women is
We're
something
gonna talk
that
about
we
everything.
can
I
look
feel
forward.
like when we say what is there to come, everything.
Right? I know.
We do have an outline because as educators,
We do.
we did a full like scoping
I
sequence.
do.
So for the educators watching, we did that. But it's gonna probably roll into a lot of different things. There's been a lot of time.
No, there's as I was reflecting, I was like, you're my dad-ass mom. Therefore, this could go on for years. So you can look forward to all of it. It's a tell-all,
Yes.
if you will.
Well, it's a share
It's
of a lot.
And shameless plug, she's gonna write a book. So this is also promo. I'm also going to work with her in her beautiful business, Harvest Consulting. And so this is also an aspect of manifesting how we continue our lineage with these lessons. Because it's one thing to learn the lesson, it's another thing to apply it and to eventually bring it to my grandchild and your great great granddaughters.
It'd be great to have a granddaughter.
Not yet. That's not a part of the manifestation.
I just thought that was.
Yes, I do love my man.
Yeah. We would love to see a little another third.
Later.
Then we could really implement these lessons.
We got to get Didi on one episode.
Okay.
That would be sick.
Okay.
That would be hella sick. I'll interview her.
Okay, great.
And y'all can like rotate out.
Or
no, this would be sick.
Amen. Yeah, we're gonna let her manage. We're gonna let her manage all of that.
Right.
Some things I don't need the additional stress of. That's beautiful.
We'll go to her house.
There's lots. So I know we've been talking about what's to come. I would like to just really quickly, maybe for 5 minutes, because attention span. Mm-hmm. Talk about some of the work that we hold together. You sort of alluded to it. So I started my business 5 years ago. I have talked about the journey to that in a couple of publications. Yes. I understand that my website is linked, so just check it out. But anyway, one of the things that happened when I started the business was I wanted to go into educational consulting. And Dorielle had told me, again, she came back from Spelman knowing everything. And so she walks in after 2 years of Spelman, like, you need to quit your job. And I was like, my job is paying for your nails to get done. So I didn't understand what she was saying, but it stuck. like like a small like a thought, right?
Yeah.
And of course, who doesn't want to work for themselves, right? But in the moment, I was working at a school district, and I was like, "Girl, no, we need benefits and all those other things." Fast forward, I did start the business, and I was like, "Dorielle, I started my business." She was like, "I know." So that wasn't what I was looking for from that. And so then she says, "I want us to work together," and I was like, "Girl, please." There is nothing that
Ooh.
we can do together because clearly I have all these years of experience.
I had ego back then, though.
Girl,
I was not
it
ready.
was really
I was
something.
insane. And it's not even that I was insane because I'm in this moment. I understand what I was saying. Like as I'm about to I was just a little too far in the future.
It was a
There's
little
a
too far.
balance between manifesting and wanting these things and genuinely not being in the place to receive them. Like that's some things that me and God need to talk about. I didn't need to be in your face like I could do your job. I said some wild.
Those were words that were actually uttered.
I
And
was wild.
as I was,
I was
right,
wild. I was in the wrong.
as I was, I appreciate you. I appreciate your self awareness
No,
in
that
this
was
moment.
wild. That's hell.
I had comments with friends offline,
Wild.
as it were. But I was like, because the black woman in me was like,
Yeah.
right, but the mother in me was like, whew, this is going to be hard to,
Yeah, that
right.
was real.
But then several years later, I was like, okay, Dorielle, here's the opportunity, because she has this beautiful way of connecting with young people.
Mm.
And young people, at my age, they're like, Auntie, listen, I'm gonna need you to go sit down somewhere, right? They don't feel like I'm hip, or it doesn't really matter what I'm saying. They look at me and they're like, nah, fam.
Okay.
But Dorielle can say the exact same thing, and they're like, oh, okay, sis is bringing it. And so understanding that, I was able to start working with her and working with youth. And
Yeah.
I think not only did that bring us closer, but there had to be a level of trust because, baby, I'm putting my name on it.
It's real.
And so, but the piece is, the funny is, and we'll talk more about this in other episodes. The funny is, Dorielle did that. I was able to bring her in as she made the decision to become an educator.
Right. Yeah.
As she made the decision to become, which she was like, I'm not going to
I
teach.
didn't want to.
I am not going to be you.
Yeah.
As fact, the
No,
statement
that's
was, they
real.
want me to be you.
Yeah.
And they just mad because I'm not you. And I was like, that's not it.
That context is valid. Y'all will see amongst these episodes that although I am very much like my mother, I do have a certain aspect of tomfoolery and bumfuckery that people do not expect because my mom is very poised. She does talk like this most of the time. I know
I
you think this is
don't
her
though.
radio voice. She dead ass talks like this. My little brother's name is Benjamin. Benjamin. We used to make fun of her for our whole life. Yes, she talks like this all the time. There is no difference in radio personality or not. Now, me, I am a little unpolished, if you will, and it catches people off guard because people want me to fuck, and I don't. I will cosplay that I do, but I don't.
I am not sure that's it. And we'll have to talk about it
We will.
later.
That is its own episode.
Because I am clear that who I am has nothing to do with you.
Yes, but people don't understand that until they see it. And I
Uh,
think that's also the beauty of doing something like this is that this will help people who do not right because
who
some
don't
people
understand that we're separate people.
because I think as well part of my awareness was that there were things that I knew I wanted to evolve
Mm-hmm.
from what I witnessed you do, right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
watching you, but I also see your stress. We've talked about these plenty of times, and obviously those would be
Yes.
its own segments, right?
Stress.
But realistically, I do and I did and do admire what you do and
Mm-hmm.
admire who you are as a person. But I also always wanted to be my own self.
Absolutely.
And there are big shoes to fill. She has a doctorate. Her mother, my grandmother, is disabled, being blind, meaning that she takes care of people all the time and people think she's awesome. And y'all will see on the episode, she got her house fixed. Like, she is doing it. But I was just like, I don't want the pressure of having to worked worked this damn hard because she worked hella hard too.
Yeah.
And so I think there was a pushback that didn't allow space for me to see where we resonate until I did my ayahuasca ceremony. It was a whole thing, and then we had to recome. It was a whole thing.
We'll talk about that.
We'll go there.
What I will say though is that was not ever my expectation.
Yeah.
So I hear you that other people, when they know me, but listen, if you've met any of my sons, baby, that I don't know why people have that expectation. My sons are nothing like me, and so they're not like me at all.
I think.
Okay.
One, it was never your intention.
Yeah.
But like you said, subconsciously,
something's gone.
I mean, let me put my glasses on.
Oh, okay.
Because also people are, after watching us for 20 minutes, our voices sound similar. When I have my glasses on, we both got locks at this point. I mean, we we look alike. We low-key talk alike. We both do music. We're both educators. You got you a man in your 20s. Somehow, I still got a man. We have very similar patterns.
He's hanging tough through the tomfoolery,
as he will.
He told us in 2017 that he was the man, and none of us believed him.
He's still been here.
We are wrong.
Every
time I see him, I'd be like, "Sorry, I'm sorry, I didn't."
You thought, and so it's just so interesting because we have. I mean. It makes sense. When my friends come on vacation with us, they were like, "You act like your mom." They were like, "It makes so much sense." And so I'm just like, of course, as a rebellious youth.
Okay, that's what we're gonna call it, rebellion.
I was like, I don't want.
We're gonna call it rebellion. And she worked my nerves.
Oh yeah, I can. No, that segment's gonna be wild. Honestly, y'all gotta stay tuned.
Yeah, I'm saying there's more to come.
Oh my gosh!
What I'm excited though is, of course, she talked me into this, which was great. And I think what I'm starting to see is that God gives her a lot of vision, and her vision be early. And so,
Loki. No, that's so real.
And so she has to have the patience to be like, "This is what I see." And then the rest of us have to catch up. And that's just really what happened. Real. And so I'm a little more ready now, folks is grown and out the house. Glory. And so I have a lot more space and capacity. But for sure, the beauty of it, as I said before, is the lineage lessons from each way. It's not her all learning from me. Absolutely. It's us learning together, growing together. And I am going to go cry after this episode because I could not have seen this happening 2 years ago.
That's real.
2 years ago, and we're going to share our story, but 2 years ago, this right here,
we were not cool. I'm laughing because it's dead ass. Like, it's dead ass. If you want tea, you want some real mother and daughter tea.
There's going to be some pouring. There will be pouring.
You need to stay tuned.
We should have guests so they can tell their...
It's going to be
the rest
of the
family
thing.
was a whole shenanigizing. It was bad.
They were mad at us. Like, it was, y'all need to mind y'all business.
Well, yeah.
It was mad. Like,
it was bad. And there are a lot of outside forces. Of course, this was happening at the tail end of the pandemic and all this stuff. My grandmother passed. It was just really a lot. The blessing, though, is I've coined the term prayerapy. There was a lot of prayer, not just from me, but also from my mother. But there was also therapy. And, if I could leave us on one note, go get you some. Like, whatever you need to do.
Whatever you need to do.
Go let a professional help. It made all the difference in our relationship, my relationship with my second son.
That's real.
We're going to be working on my first son, getting into therapy. There's it made all the difference. It really did. I am so grateful to you and so thankful for you. And she knew what mics to purchase with the little fur on them. So I was
just winging it.
Like, figure it out.
I'm just like, let's just do.
Thank you for
acknowledging that vision. Yeah. And those that are tuning in, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Coming to witness us share about our endless journey
one more time
of lineage lessons.
It's an endless journey of lineage lessons.
It's also going to help me know where to cut the videos.
Oh, okay. Well, see, there you go.
Because when I say it, that's how I know I'm transitioning.
I love that. She's
learned
brilliant. Is she not brilliant?
I'm learning.
All right. Endless journey, lineage lessons. We'll see you soon. Thanks so much.
Peace.